Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the instant match reaction for Everton 3, West Brom Albion 0. Tremendous 3 points today at Goodison Park. Gets us 7 points clear of the Baggies, 2 points within Manchester United in 6th place. And overall, just a really satisfying win. The team news at 2 o'clock was a little bit strange. Gareth Barry continued in centre midfield. Phil Jagielka came into the side as well. Garner Gay, I think that was the most surprising thing. I mean, you forget about everything else. Garner was on the bench. Kevin Morales came back on the side. It just weird. It's a bit weird, wasn't it? Just a bit weird. But to be fair, you know, we started the game. The game started like I thought it was going to be, very nip and tuck. They really didn't have any ambitions at all. They started with Robson Kanu, was it Kanu Robson? I don't know. Up front, who didn't really offer anything. He's pretty much a championship player at best. Obviously, they were trying to keep things tight and maybe nick something on a counter-attack or a set-piece, which I found really strange because really of the two teams, they needed the points more than we needed the points, really, in terms of trying to catch up. I mean, they're in 8th place. You know, there was a 4-point gap. They needed to beat us today. You know, and I thought Pulis. It reminded me when Moyes was in charge and we went to play United and Arsenal and Chelsea and Liverpool and just didn't put up a fight, just went there and tried to just consolidate. But I thought, you know, it was tough first 20 minutes. They were time wasting straight away, which was amazing. And we just had to dig in a little bit. I thought we used the ball really well. I thought Gareth Barry used the ball really well. I thought Schneiderlin used the ball really well. Ross Barkley every time we got the ball, and really Rom had a decent chance early on where he just put it wide on his right foot, and then he had a header, and you were thinking, oh, are they going to come back to hurt us like last season when they nicked one? But to be fair, we dealt with everything they had. You know, set piece wise, we dealt with it really well. Joe Robles dealt with everything in the centre backs, and Ross Barkley in our own box was dealing with things. And to be fair, you know, coming up to the you know, to what was 39th minute, I thought it was one of those games that was just waiting for something to happen, and if we could nick the first goal, then I felt we'd be okay. And that's what happened, really. I mean, we looked better in wide positions, and you know, Rom starts out wide, plays the ball inside to Ross Barkley, who has a shot. He'd done a couple of pot shots, using his brain really, because you know, as I say, it was nip and tuck, and by getting by having a dig from outside the box, he was just trying to see what he could open up, and you know, Foster spills one, of Morales, to be fair to him, in there straight away. And you know what, it wasn't as easy as finish as it looked. He had to sort of get it over the keeper as well as keep it down and put it in the back of the net. So a good goal by Kevin Morales sets us up. You're thinking, just keep it tight till half time, I'll take this thing out the game. And we did, but we had momentum about us. And the goal, to be fair, the second goal is absolutely fantastic. Lovely ball by Gareth Barry, outside of the foot into Rom. Rom plays a lovely little ball into the box. Schneiderlin picks it up. Couple of really lovely touches and just a fantastic finish. And you just thought then, really, there was no way back for West Brom. And, you know, second half, again, I found it very strange. They didn't make any changes. You know, they didn't 2-0 down. You think bring Rondon on, bring Brunt on or Morrison to get better deliveries in the box. But they didn't. They just kept it. And you're thinking, what's he waiting for? But to be fair, we stayed quite patient. We stayed quite solid and organised. And I thought Jags and Ashley Williams played well together. Obviously, Funes Mori had to come on at left back for Leighton Baines, who's got a little bit of a back problem. I think he was only taken off because we were 2-0 up, and basically it was a chance to rest him for the rest of the game, and obviously for the early part of next week. Funes Mori did okay. You know, some of his heart, you know, you have your heart in your mouth at times with some of his the things he tries, but he got away with most of the things, so fair play. And he played like a proper left back rather than playing like a centre back playing left back, which was quite good. And you know, we kept it quite tight. We restricted them. We didn't go running around looking for something. We kept the ball and we used it. We just didn't really give them any opportunities at all to try and get back in the game. There was no real scares. They made a few changes, and again they had a little go, and we got a little bit sort of like a little bit loose in our possession and passing, but we were just really solid and organised. And what can you say? You know what I mean? We get the ball, you know, later on, last 10 minutes, Ross produces a little bit of magic in the box, stands a crossover, and Rom knocks it in. And Rom had a decent game, and he deserved that. Ross Barkley had a really good game, to be fair. I thought, again, Ross was disciplined, did things when he needed to do things, and didn't do things when he didn't need to do things. And that's something he started to do more recently. And it's noticeable the manager's saying to him, don't want you on the halfway line, want you to do things where you can affect the play. But when he is getting back, he's putting tackles, and he's not letting people get away from him, and he's becoming more all round, which is what we were saying. You know, and he's making the right decisions now, and that's massive for his game. I noticed Gareth Southgate was there today. You know, I'm sure he'll be back in the England squad, whether you like that or not. But over the last sort of 2 to 3 months, his game has really kicked on, and you can see that he's took the constructive criticism from the manager, and it's making him a better player. And you can see that, you really can. He doesn't just pop up in games and look to do one thing. He's consistent at all the game. He does things in the right area, attacking wise, and he defends now. We've seen him tackling more, and that's massive to us, because now you don't need a specialised position for him. Now you can see him playing more as a more all-rounder midfielder. So that's brilliant. As I said, Romelu Lukaku, I thought he was great today. He really held, he occupied their centre-backs. He was always a threat and deserved that goal. Seamus Coleman, he's always, he's a right winger, isn't he? He's a right winger at the end of the day. He's always up there. And he's so important in games like this where you need that width. I thought Kevin Morales played well. I thought Tom Davies, early on in the game, I thought he was a little bit in and out, and he was getting caught in areas he didn't want to be. But when he sort of pushed up almost as a number 10, I thought he got into the game and he was keeping it simple. But when he's in that number 10 role, when I say number 10, he's just playing off Rom. I think he's much better in that position, because it's better for his game, but he keeps it simple. He keeps it so simple. So it was a really, really good, solid performance today. And you go back to Sunderland a couple of weeks ago and you go, well, that was a solid performance, but at times you felt like there was a little bit of nervousness. Today, there wasn't. And take big confidence from that. They're the 8th best team in the Premier League, and they were absolutely abysmal. Really, Pulis, so much lack of ambition today to try and have a go at us, and we stayed patient and got the goals, and never really had to sort of hit any sort of top gear at all. We just played through the gears at times, and it was great to watch. Nice to have those performances. And as I said, hopefully by the end of this weekend, we'll know 7th place is good enough for the Europa League. As I sit here, Man City are already through. You'd expect Arsenal to get through, and it'll be down to Tottenham to beat Millwall, and obviously Man United play Chelsea. So it looks like it's going to end up at 7th, and at the moment we're in the driving seat. Hopefully be Hull next week, and we are really in the driving seat for that 7th place, pushing on to 6th place, of course, but we want to get 7th solid fair. So as I say, all round good performances by all the players today. Nice to see Calvert-Lewin get back on the pitch as well. And yeah, great. I'm happy with that. You've got to be happy with that. So get your comments into us anyway. Don't forget, we'll use your best comments for your comment show on Monday. Look out for Baz's instant match reaction as well, his ratings as well, which I expect to be quite high today. And don't forget, if you haven't joined us on Patreon yet, get over to Patreon to see more, not less, more content, just as much content on YouTube. Get us up to that 500 mark, and the fan cams will be coming. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. We'll see you later.